Alright, welcome back everyone to Final Fantasy 3. On the last episode we went and got Leviathan, so now Bahamut is next. Now you can actually get these summon spells a bit earlier. At this point they're not really tough at all. Leviathan, Catastro, and let's go ahead and hop on our ship. Now I was kind of reading up on the facts and on game facts to see what's going on with this whole mailing thing. Oh, we got a new letter from the old man. I'm wondering if this is what's preventing me, because I think you have to have like all the letters or something, and also you need Taka's 5th letter before you can get Sid's 4th letter. So now that I've already completed that Leviathan side quest, and that kind of moved the although it's not considered story, I guess it's considered an event, and it can still progress this mailing system. No new letters from Ark, because I know I still have some letters to receive from Alice. I only have 3 from him. Still need the 5th letter from Rafia. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go to a Moogle that's in town, because I don't want to rely on just this one Moogle. I've read on game facts about that. That can potentially be a glitch. I was looking at that like that looks out of order. All right. Let's see. In fact, I'm gonna pay Taka a visit, so just to make sure that wasn't glitched out. So there's Kanan. And here is Kazus. Alright, so in here... In fact, since it's related to Rafia, let me have her in the front row. Welcome to Magnet Kupo. I wonder if you have to... I don't know, that'd be kind of weird that you'd have to trigger like the whole final dungeon thing, but it doesn't seem like I could progress this. I'll try again after I beat Bahamut. If not, then I'll just go and complete the game, do this all after in my bonus episodes. Oh, what am I doing? No reason to put your Devour in the front row. Alright, so this is going to be a short episode as well. Bahamut is not going to give us any trouble at this point. Funny enough, we're not really technically over leveled. I don't really think we are. It's just that our equipment is very good and our job levels are fairly decent that he just doesn't really stand a chance. And we got the legendary weapons, so Lunif is doing some really good damage. Bahamut's cave is, yeah, right here. Wherever that healing corpse was at. In fact, that's one of the locations where that legendary smith can show up, so take note of that. In fact, I used that in the village of Geishel, which is to the east, to basically get her to spawn, since it's very fast on the Nautilus. Alright, now that we're fully recovered. Now, I've already been in here before, but I haven't actually opened any of the chests, so I mainly came here to show you how to level up quickly if you're underleveled earlier on in this Let's Play. But yeah, this only has 3 rooms. Let's see, Heavenly Wrath and Earthen Drums. When you're grinding, you want to do it in the 2nd and 3rd room. You don't want to do it here, because here you only fight 2 enemies. Well, sometimes you can fight 3 enemies, but as you can see, you can get encounters for 2 enemies, so... See, guard and oh, why did I have this on? Oh, yeah, I used it on the boss. Which turned out to be a complete waste, but oh well. Oh, I love that song. Wow, back to back. So mainly at this point, I really just want to get their job levels up so that I can get them doing 9,000 without that Loki spell. Or should I say that song that the bard sings. Because when I do fight like the final boss and even those 4 bosses you have to fight before you fight the final boss, I prefer to just spam Medhura and Apollo, so my defense and magic defense are always boosted. Because you combine that with the best armor, and bosses really can't kill you as long as you keep your hit points up. That's gonna help a lot with stuff like particle beam and lightning and all this other stuff you gotta worry about in the final dungeon. But this dungeon is very straightforward. Got ourselves a golem staff, which is nice in case you didn't already have one. That increases your vitality, so in fact I think I'm gonna equip that on. I don't see why not, because that's actually gonna increase our vitality. In fact, I might be close to a level up, so let me do that now. See, attack, I wonder how much this holy spell... Well, these guys are weak to wind, so I don't see a reason to actually cast the holy on them. $7,000? These guys have, like, what, over 3,000 HP, I think, so... Look at that. My devourers out here killing, one-shotting enemies. 5,700 experience. Now these guys can turn you to stone, so what I do is I solo level and I make sure I have a ribbon equipped. Alright, let's see. Guard and sing. $6,000. Not bad at all. I was gonna do 0, of course. Surprised they're not doing Thundaga at this point. There's nothing really to do. He's gonna end this fight, so just sing whatever. Nice. In fact, what is her vitality at right now? 33. If I were to take off this golem staff... So it's not the golem staff that's increasing their vitality. Her vitality is 33 either way. Okay, so I was wrong. That does not increase your vitality. 33, 31. And then look at these two, 54, 55. Quite a big difference. White Musk. Another Bashu Slider, nice. In case you run out of spells, you want to increase your attack speed. Chocobo's Wrath. There we go. So you get 1 turtle shell in the Leviathan dungeon and 1 in this dungeon, so... Eurytus bow. If you're actually playing the DS version, there's a way to duplicate items. I can't show that unfortunately, but it's something about like going to an item, selecting an item, and then pressing like up A at the same time. It's been a while since I've done it, but it's something like that. You could find resources online if you want to do that. See attack. In fact, when I do the low level challenge, I'm gonna be doing that on the DS version. So I can abuse that item thing. What else was I gonna do? See guard. Well, you're capable of killing them in one shot, it seems, so. Look at that. So at this point, it's like 6, 7 fights. You get somebody leveling up, and that's starting to get longer and longer because it takes a long time to level up in this game once you get high up there. Kotetsu, an elixir, Phoenix down. Now, just make sure you have full health because I think this triggers automatically. Are you strong enough to defeat me? more than strong enough. In fact, I should have done this like 2 episodes ago, but oh well. Yeah, it does trigger automatically, so make sure you're fully healed before coming out. Let's see, Bahamut. Attack. He's probably weak to Erica as well, but I'm actually curious how much hole he does. In fact, Bahamut only has a certain amount of HP, so I can actually cheese his boss, but because Lamia Harp should do good damage. Look at that, 5,700. That's already 10,000. Holy was very disappointing. But that was still like 17, 18,000. Wow, he used Mega Flare right off the jump. And that does a lot of damage, so let me heal up. In fact, I should have done Apollo Harp because I knew that he has that, but I guess this is the first time I'll be showing this. So if he does that again, it's not going to do as much damage. But I still need to get a heal up in time, otherwise... Let's see, 4,000. Another 4,000. Now, if I didn't heal up, that probably would have killed me, but... Okay, yeah, he is not holding back, unlike Leviathan, who was... Okay, as you saw, that did 1,000 to Lunafin Arc, which originally that did like 1,300, so it reduces the magic damage from so I'm not gonna say substantial amount, but it's actually pretty good. That helps with survivability. 1213, that did 1,000 to them that time, so I don't know what the percentage on that would be, but it's definitely worth doing, especially when bosses later on end up attacking 2 and 3 times. The final boss attacks like I think 3 times per turn, so they'll end up usually hitting you twice and then hitting you with like lightning or particle beam, so let's get another Kiraja going. I don't want to play around with this guy again because he's going to be using that every single turn. Perfect. Did not want to see Mega Flare again. Well, I guess it depends. If they don't use stuff like Tidal Wave and Mega Flare, you can take them out fairly early, but it's good to be at a decent level in case you do get hit by those, because I just got hit by that twice, so... And we got ourselves the Bahamut spell. Now the thing that sucks is that we just went outside, so you can't teleport your way out of this dungeon, it seems. Because I think the way the teleport spell works is that it teleports you to your last recent spot where you were outside, which would be that. So yeah, the game forces you to backtrack at this point, but not like it matters. There's only 3 rooms and the enemies here give a lot of experience. Alright, pretty much everyone leveled up there. Look at that, whole party hit the 2000s. In fact, we're going to be getting a lot of experience in the final dungeon, so don't really need a grind for experience here. Alright, a short dungeon. In fact, I like to grind on that bridge right there in that second room. But yeah, now let's make our way out of here. Now, thank God I could speed up this battle with auto battle and then also speed up the actual, because I'm playing this on emulator. And it makes it so that the grinding is going to be a lot less tedious once we get to Iron Giant. In fact, I'm going to just probably throw on a podcast and grind my way out. But we're actually going to be beating the game before, so... Oh, I think I do want to level up to like 48, 49. I want to do, well, probably even 50. I want to do this at the lowest level possible, but... Yeah, if I get to those final areas, I'm pretty low on HP. I think what I'm going to do is, since on the next episode, we're actually going to... I'm going to do it off screen, but I'm going to meet you guys at the Crystal Palace, and we're going to go through the final dungeon. I'm going to split that into 2 parts, the Crystal Dungeon itself and then the World of Darkness, so... Yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this episode. Got every summon in the game now, if you are using a summoner. Bahamut, Leviathan, Odin. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.